Yo, what's going on, y'all? Look, today I'm here to tell y'all a little bit about Super Bowl, right? And to let you know that all Super Bowls are rituals and are rigged. All NBA finals are rigged. Any kind of championship in any kind of sport is rigged, just like the damn WWE. When you was a little child and for y'all that used to watch wrestling and thought it was all real, and then you found out the shit was bullshit. It's the same way entertainment and sports is. Um, Anything that is labeled entertainment has some kind of script to it, and especially the Super Bowls and the NBA Finals. Now, I don't get into this kind of stuff much because I'm already aware of what's going on. So there's no need for me to try to predict type of shit. I don't even get in that kind of shit. But I'll just be here to kind of confirm to you that they're all rigged, and they're all rituals, and they all have agendas behind them. Just depend on what may be going on in that year around that time, or just whatever agenda they're trying to push, or whichever agenda they're trying to further. And they all have numbers that line up each year in the Super Bowl, for whatever team they have scripted to win it, rather that's from the NBA or to the NFL, which obviously are you would say are the two main sports that most people watch, besides soccer. But we're talking about championships here in America for the entertainment industry. And this last Super Bowl was just another ritual. A lot of people knew the Chiefs would win, and not just because they thought the Chiefs were the better team. Honestly, in my opinion, I thought the San Francisco 49ers were the better team. And a lot of this stuff, before we go to anything else, a lot of this stuff has to do with Vegas. A lot of this stuff has to do with making money, hitting the spread. That goes back to the Super Bowl with Atlanta and the Patriots, which they labeled as one of the best games of all time. And it's because they made it that way. We have to think about the fact that, like I always say, nothing in the universe, nothing in the world is a coincidence. And in that game, Atlanta was up 28-3, like everybody knows, with a 99.9% chance to win. You just don't, you can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing natural in the world allows for that 99.9% to become any less. It's over. Like, basically it's over. You literally, you'd have to script and control the game in order for a team to come back in that kind of situation. It's not even much to explain about that game. As in that's not the entire point of this video, but that game was completely scripted. You can only imagine how much money Vegas would have lost had the Falcons won that game. So if you think about it, everybody was leaning on the Patriots before the game started. A lot of bets being placed on the Patriots. So once the Falcons get up 28-3, then you have a lot of people go ahead and place a bunch of bets on the Falcons winning that game. Thousands, 50, 100,000. You can only imagine how much money was placed on the Falcons throughout that game as far as betting. And they flipped the switch on you, basically. They flipped the switch by the Patriots actually winning that game. They hit the spread mark in that game and basically won Vegas hundreds of millions of dollars that they would have lost had the Patriots not won that game. I was actually wrong about that part where I said they hit the spread. They didn't hit the spread. The spread was -3, so meaning they were basically favored to win by 3 points. So they didn't hit the spread on that game. But that also just brings up another point of the fact that it was 28-3 when they started to come back. There was a reason it was 28-3. 8 minus 2 is 6. And then obviously the Patriots had 3. So that's 3 sixes for you right there. Just another sequence at the turning event of the game. Had to be based off of what they wanted it to align to. which is why the Falcons never scored again. So the Patriots obviously could beat them by 6 points. There's no coincidence. There's no coincidence. At every turning point of the game, it basically equaled 6. You see what I'm saying? 28-3 is 3 sixes. 34-28 is once again 3 sixes. You know what I'm saying? They beat them by 6 points. They had 34. It's the same thing. It all lines up. And another point, last point I have to make about this is that obviously every game is not rigged. They don't rig every game in the regular season. These are only games where damn near 100 million people are watching. They do it like that so they can harvest energy, like I talk about. That is why they do them on national levels. A lot of playoff games, a lot of championships. A lot of people think of it, and when they see these type of videos, they'll say, oh, how is it rigged? How can you rig a game? How can you do this? How can you do that? Well, think about it. If you don't know about this stuff that they're doing on a spiritual level, harvesting your energy with all these numbers and all of these rituals and stuff, what makes it so hard for them to just easily control a game by certain calls that the referees make? What makes you think that the coaches and certain players are not aware of what's going on? I told y'all, they're in an elite club. Once you get there, you're part of an elite group. So there's certain things you have to do to be a part of that. Matt Ryan being over $100 million man that plays for the Falcons, and Tom Brady, these are elites. They have sold out. So they will do anything, no matter what the cause is, even if their team has to lose. So you can't think about it so literal as far as the game being rigged. It's really easy to rig a game, and with the numbers lining up the way that they do, it's simply undeniable. Like I said, it's not about that game. The following Super Bowl, which I knew, I had a feeling Kansas City was going to win the game no matter what the score was going into the fourth quarter. But obviously it was 20-10 going into the fourth quarter. And the Super Bowl was also played on the 33rd day of the year this year. And I've already told y'all a few significances of the Master Mason number 33. But there are a lot more. They do everything based around a sequence of numbers. I've said that before as well. So, Kansas City, obviously, with 6 minutes left in the game, they scored 3 touchdowns to win the game. And I've also said before that the 3 and the 6 is involved in just about everything on a ritual level. It doesn't have to just be a celebrity, rapper, or somebody dying. This is just throughout rituals. It's all played off a sequence of numbers. You think it's a coincidence that with 6 minutes left in the game, they scored 3 touchdowns? No, it's not. Not at all. Patrick Mahomes is sort of the next chosen face of the NFL. He won his first ring at 24 years old. 2 + 4 is obviously 6. He wears the jersey number of number 15. 1 + 5 is obviously 6. 6 minutes left in the game, 3 touchdowns, 3 sixes. You can put it together pretty easy. And they do it. They give him his first ring when he's 24 while he's wearing the number 15, which obviously number 15 won't ever change. It's because all the numbers line up on this year. That's why he got his first ring at 24. They're not going to do it at 25 or 23. They're going to do it when all the 6s line up, or whichever number sequence lines up to be a part of the ritual to harvest energy. You have to know that words and numbers, they have vibrations, they have energy attached to them. This is why I talk a lot about energy harvesting, because a lot of people don't understand it on a spiritual level. And these people, they are way ahead. They are Luciferians. This is what they worship. So this is how they harvest and they feed to grow, basically to just feed off the energy, to become stronger at this stuff that they do. all of the rituals that they show you and they put on without you even really knowing what's going on. That's all the Super Bowl is a really big harvest of energy from the halftime show, from the entire game itself. And that's just what it is. I don't even have to make this video too long. Just here to point out a few numbers that relate to the Super Bowl and a few agendas. I actually knew Kansas City was going to win it as soon as they announced that they had the first female coaching in the Super Bowl, and she just happens to be a gay female. And don't get me wrong, y'all know me, I love my women. I don't go bias on anybody, male or female, but there's always agendas behind the shit. Why does she have to be gay? And why did it have to be a topic in the news? You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how they like to push that gay shit, regardless of what gender you are. It's all an agenda. You see what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You should already know that the more flexible you are with your sexuality, the further you advance in the industry. So the gayer you are as a man, the gayer you are as a woman, the further you go. And that's just what it is. It's just what it is. So yeah, man, just giving y'all a little quick rundown on that, man. I'm out of here.